Hi guys, Michelle here, and thanks for checking out this review. Now, before we get started, how does it sound to have your hand held all the way until you reach that $10,000 per month mark? If that sounds of interest, then hit that very first link in the description below. Because my very own internet marketing coaches are offering a done for you product with coaching that gives you step by step processes to reach that $10,000 per month. So if that sounds of interest, it's the first link in the description below. Now, if you purchase this product via the second link in the description below, I'm going to offer you 4 amazing bonuses to help you to crush it internet marketing in the next 3 months. So bonus number 1 is for all of those people that really don't want to get on camera. They don't feel comfortable about getting on camera, but they want to crush it on YouTube. Bonus number 1 is for you. It's going to help you to crush it on YouTube with affiliate marketing with just the use of AI. Now, bonus number 2 is for all of those people that need a course to promote as their own, but they haven't got one, they haven't created one, it's time consuming, costs money, skill set. All of this is involved with creating your own course. So bonus number 2 is for you. It's going to give you your very own course to promote as your own, earning 100% commissions throughout the sales funnel. Now, bonus number 3 is going to help you to build that all-important email list. And it builds it whilst you sleep with a traffic source, effortless. Bonus number 4 is going to help you to rank your videos first on YouTube. So there's your 4 bonuses that you're going to get if you purchase this product via the second link below. Now, let's hop on to the review.
Hi, my name's Ken, and on behalf of myself and my business partner, Keith, welcome to this presentation. We're going to tell you about a business opportunity that is easy to do, no previous experience needed, and thousands of people are doing this every single day and making money from it. This is about publishing puzzle books. Hold on a sec. I want to just explain something. If you don't know anything about book publishing, if you don't like to do puzzles, none of this matters. There's no writing involved either, because you can start from absolute zero and learn how to do this business. And it's pretty easy. I just got to tell you that it's pretty easy. Now, the reason I wanted to talk to you directly right now at the beginning is because I want to show you some actual puzzle books that are bestsellers. I write software, and I've written a lot of software that creates puzzle books for you. People just come to my software, click a couple of things, and out comes puzzles. So let me show you this. I think you're going to like this, all right? Here is a book, Relaxing, I'm trying to hold this the right way, Relaxing Variety Puzzle Book for Adults. What I want you to know is inside of this book, I'm going to show you some puzzles. And if you don't know what these are either, no worries, okay? This is trivia. It's a type of puzzle. And I'm going to show you something else here. Let's see. This is a word search puzzle. If you've never seen these before, it does not matter. What I want you to know is this book was made mostly with my software. And this book is making, are you ready, about $3,000 per month. $3,000 per month. One book. Get ready for this one, all right? This one was made completely with my software. Same thing inside. They've got, the trivia puzzles, the word search, cryptograms, Sudoku puzzles you might be familiar with. Totally with my software, so I can take a little bit of credit and say this book would not be possible if I didn't write that software, right? How much is this one making? About $9,000 per month. This is a $100,000 a year book that took very little time to make using my software. You do have to work on the cover. That's really important. Covers are super important. But the inside, this took seconds. Just click a couple of things, out comes the puzzles. So I'm going to go into the presentation, but, I didn't know whether to bring this up right now, but I'm so excited about something. I'll tell you about this too. And by the way, in the presentation, I'll tell you much more details about all this, but I want you to know, because this blows my mind too. There is a trivia book that is making over $1 million per year. I just can't believe this, but trivia is just fun facts. You can go out on the internet, gather these up, cool stuff you hear about that you didn't know, but it's public information. Person who put this book together didn't have to create anything in their head. They didn't have to write anything, none of that. Just go on the internet, gather this stuff together. Anyone can do this. And they put together a book that is selling over $1 million a year. I'm going to show you this in the presentation as well. So let's get started. Hold on, because I'm going to switch my screens. Welcome to the presentation. This is how to start a puzzle book business and profit big on the constant demand for puzzles. Puzzle lovers love getting more and more puzzle books all the time, and there is a built-in market that never stops. I'm going to teach you all about that in this presentation. Let's get to the next slide. That's me on the right, Ken Blutman. Hello. I'm a software developer. I've created a lot of software for the publishing industry. I'm a writer and a publisher. I've been publishing books nearly all my life, and I do this every single day. This is my bread and butter. On the left is Keith Wheeler, my partner, also a big publisher of puzzle books on Amazon, and also has a YouTube channel with over 27,000 followers at last look, teaching people every single day about stuff. His knowledge is vast. I'm learning stuff from him, and we're in this together as peers. But whoa, what Keith knows is beyond belief about this business. So in this training, you will learn why the puzzle book market presents a great opportunity, why it is easier than it sounds, how just one book can provide an entire income. I can't wait to show you that part, and how you can get started even today. No experience needed. If you have never done puzzles before, if you don't like books, if you have no interest in anything but making money, this is a money-making opportunity centered around puzzle books. But the goal here is it's a business, so keep that in mind. There's no writing involved. Wow, is that a relief? Okay, you think books, you think I gotta write stuff. No writing involved. It doesn't cost anything to publish books. We use the Amazon platform, and if you're not familiar, there's a lot of books for sale on Amazon, and we are able to upload our books on there as well. Amazon does not charge us to do this, and that is a fantastic opportunity for us to get books where people can see them and buy them. Creating puzzle books is easy and fun, especially since I wrote a bunch of software. You can just click a few things and make the puzzles. And this is all digital, so let me point that out. We're talking about books, all right? And we're talking about physical books. However, you don't have to store them in your house. You don't have to put them in your garage. You don't have to put them in your second bedroom. You don't ship them to people, okay? Your part is only working online. Amazon does all of that stuff. What a relief. I got to tell you, I'd hate to have to store all these books in my house, and I'm glad I do not have to. So why puzzle books? In demand all year long. These are not seasonal. In other words, you don't have to wait for the holidays to come around or something to see business pick up with puzzle books. They are in demand all year long because puzzle lovers want to do puzzles all year long, which comes to the next point. They are repeat customers. Now, this is a big point because once people buy your books, they'll want to buy more books from you. So you start with one book and you get a few more out there. You're going to start to build a customer base who will just keep buying stuff from you. These are passionate people, okay? I'm a puzzle lover. I can't get enough, all right? People who love to do puzzles or solve problems or do logic in their head, you know, it's like we're always wanting to challenge ourselves, and that is a great thing too in this business. This is one of the best-selling book niches, so what does that mean? Well, you might think there's stories like science fiction and romance and mysteries, and then there's like how to do thing books, you know, nonfiction, how to fix things, how to lose weight, stuff like that. But there's also these other things called mid-content. I'll show you that coming up too. And one of those is puzzle books. So these are some of the best-selling books on Amazon. And some of these books are making an incredible amount of money, like incredible. I'm going to show you that also as we go. The books are easy to make. All right, there's no writing involved, as I said. You can use software, as I mentioned, and you don't have to either. You could do them in other products like PowerPoint or Word. Once you learn how to make these puzzles, it becomes like a breeze to make them. Millions of customers on Amazon. So when you have a book up there for sale and people see it, it can be essentially seen by millions of people. Realistically, maybe a few hundred or 1,000 people will see your book cover because they're searching for a certain type of book. But that's all you need to start getting business and getting your book sold, and you make royalties. Very, very good stuff. All right, so I want to point out here the types of puzzle books. This might look a little overwhelming, so I'll break it down for you. All right, the two books on the upper left, these are word search books. And this is probably the most popular type of puzzle, word search, where there's a bunch of letters in a grid and you search for the words in there. I'm not going to go into too much detail about every type of book here or what's inside them. Next to on the upper in the center there are trivia books, incredibly popular. People just love to answer questions and guess answers and stuff. These sell like hotcakes, the trivia books. On the right is Sudokus. You might recognize that kind of number puzzle. People can't get enough of those either. On the lower left, crossword puzzles. Now, these are a little harder to make, so if you're really just starting out, we don't suggest you make crossword puzzle books, but just know that they are there waiting for the time when you are ready to make them because they sell like crazy. In fact, everything I'm showing you sells like crazy. In the middle are logic puzzles, also a bit more advanced and complicated to make, but put that down the road a little bit, you will get to those. And on the right are cryptogram books, really easy to make. Some of my very first books were cryptogram books, and I made hundreds and hundreds of dollars off them with hardly any effort at all. Okay, what's next? All right, so I want to explain here. You might have heard some terms in the past, low content books. What are these things? Okay, so I've got this broken down to a column here of low content, mid content, and high content. Now, high content to me is just simply books you read. Okay, there's a lot of content in them. So they're full of words and chapters and stuff you got to read, and it could take you hours and days to read one. Regular books, in other words, high content. We don't have anything to do with that. That's work. We don't want to do any work. We just want to put the books up there and make money. On the left side is low content. Now, these are journals, logbooks, diaries, lined paper, notebooks, essentially things that have very little in them. Low content, some are even called no content. This was a very big market years ago, but it became saturated because it's so repetitive. All the books are exactly the same. So we don't suggest going into that market at all anymore. But in the middle is the sweet spot, mid-content. All right, puzzle books, of course, activity books, which are puzzle books just with different kinds of puzzles put together, the trivia books. It's the perfect place to be in the publishing world right now. And I've been waiting for this moment. Let's take a peek at a couple of successful puzzle books, and I have them in my hands. So I'm going to stop the full display of the presentation now so I can show you some things over here on my screen. So I want to start with this one right here. Let me get up there. Variety puzzle books for adults. I think I showed you this at the beginning of the presentation. This book was made entirely with software I wrote. I know, and I can tell you better than anybody in this entire world, that this took minutes to make, okay? Or maybe I'll say a couple hours, all right? Because I know my software better than anybody else. But let's say this entire book, the cover, everything, is about 1 day of work, all right? How much money is this book making? So I'm going to show you some things here. There are going to be some new concepts, so I'll go a little slow, and I hope it doesn't confuse you, but it's simple math, okay? So we're on the product page here. This is called the product page. I'm actually on Amazon on the page where this book is sold. So the price here is $7.92, okay? And I'm going to scroll down a bit on the page, and over here is something called the bestseller rank. And this has a number of 1,337. You probably have no idea what this number means or how to understand if that's good or bad. Well, I'm going to tell you that's a fantastically good number. All the books on Amazon have a bestseller rank. Number 1 would be the best-selling book on Amazon of all. Amazon has millions of books for sale, so the ones that have a bestseller rank in the millions don't sell. The closer you get to 1, the better. The good range we like is 100,000 or less. And when we see one here that's at 1337, it's an incredible number. And watch this. I'm going to show you how much money this book makes. I'm going to go to a utility here that we all use. It's well known in the industry, and you'll learn about this too. And I'm going to put in that bestseller rank, which was, have it written down here, in fact, is 1337. Yep, 1337. And what this is telling us is this book is selling 57 copies per day. This is not money I'm talking about. This is just how many books go out the door from Amazon per day is 57. So now I'm going to get a calculator here so you can watch this as well. So 57 per day, and then times that sales price is $7.92 equals $451 of sales per day. Let's make sure we got that right. This book is selling around $450 every single day. And if I times that by 30 for 30 days in a month, $13,000. Okay, this book here is making around $13,000. Now, I'm going to be totally transparent with you. That is not how much money the person is putting in their pocket. Amazon keeps 40% of that. And then there is something called the printing cost. So it's fair to say the person keeps about half of this money. Well, let's see. If I divide that number by 2, gee, they're only keeping over $6,000 a month from one single book. Wow. All right. Cool, huh? I also have the other one to show you. Now, I think I took it off the screen. Let me go back to the presentation for a second. And I'm working my PowerPoint magic behind the scenes here. So let's see. All right. So I showed you this one here. And now I'm going to show you this one here that I am holding as well. This was the one I mentioned was written mostly with my software. The first one is completely with my software. This one is mostly with my software. So let's get back to Amazon here. And this is the page for that book. All right. So $8.95 is the price, the sales price. And going down here to the bestseller rank, this one is at 20,063, a great number. Let's go to this calculator and put in that number, 20063, which tells us this is selling about 10 copies per day. Everything here is an estimate, by the way. You know, I can't say these are perfectly exact numbers, but a lot of people in the industry use these calculators to figure this stuff out. So 10 a day, and there's 30 days in a month. So that means 300 of these are shipped every day, and the price is $8.95. So if I go times 8.95, we get $2,685 per month. Wow. Okay, for another book that did not take very long to make, a day, 2 days maybe, you know, wow, let's say even 3 days, okay? Can you imagine making $2,600 per month off something that only took you 3 days to make? And then it's not 3 days every month, just 3 days. It's then passive. You only make it once. This is what they say, passive income. Make it once and it can sell forever. Okay, I'm going back to the presentation so you can get the big view. Okay, so back here, let's move on to the next slide. All right, so Amazon, you'll hear the word or the initials KDP often when we talk about publishing on Amazon, and that stands for Kindle Direct Publishing. You don't have to memorize this right now. Just letting you know, if you see those letters, KDP, it's essentially a self-publishing on Amazon. So some points, and I made some of these before, but let's go through them. No cost to publish books. The books I've been showing you, like these and many other books, all of them really, nothing to publish. Amazon does not charge us money to put them up there. They only charge us their percentage when a book is sold. No previous experience needed. Let me get this very clear, okay? You don't need to know a thing about the puzzles, all right? You just need to know how to assemble them into the book and sell the book, all right? If you like puzzles, that's fantastic. But if you don't like puzzles, no problem. I understand. Not everybody likes puzzles. I'm a puzzle lover. Keith is a puzzle lover. Like, we can't get enough of them. But other people are like, whoa, I don't want to do anything with puzzles. It's okay. You don't have to do the puzzles. Publishing these books has nothing about you actually having to do any puzzles. You receive royalties. So you get paid. It's called a royalty. It's really no different than getting a paycheck. It's money coming to you. It's just in the book business, we call them royalties. You're in full control of your book. So you may have 10 books published, all right? And you can decide, I don't want to keep this one on the market anymore. It's not doing well, and this does happen. So I'm going to pause that one. I'm going to make it unavailable for sale, and then people don't see it on Amazon anymore. You can change the covers whenever you want to. You can change the inside, the puzzles, whenever you want to. So you have a lot of control. You can control the price. I showed you some prices. You select them, and there is some methodology behind that we teach about how to get the best prices for your books. Part-time or full-time? Obviously, I do this full-time. Keith does this full-time. Other people do this part-time. Now, I have thousands of customers who have bought my training products, and I know some of them are all in on this, and that's great. And I know some others who have published maybe 2 books, and that works for them because they bring in a little bit of side income, and that's it. There's no have to do with this much per day. It is totally up to you with your schedule and how much you want to do. And you can publish as many books as you like. There's no limit. We do suggest not publishing a ton of books. I personally find it better to publish a smaller set of books and just really work those ones, keep improving them a little bit, like you change the cover, things like that. You run ads, which we'll teach you all about the ads. It's a really great thing. And just have those bring the money makers. Like the books I just showed you, for example, you can see you really only need a book or 2 that's successful to really turn this into a big profit for yourself. So there's some terms you might see when you're looking at book covers. Large print, seniors, brain games, memory, stress relief, relaxing activities, and even dates here. So all of these are keywords, and they're part of the marketing part. You can see on these covers, we have brain games here, or big year 2024, or a big word here, memory, activities, stress relief, relaxing. These all play into the success of the book. The covers are very, very important, but the most important part of them of all is not so much like, oh, they're great artwork. It's that those keywords stick out, all right? I cannot miss looking at this book over here on the right and seeing the word memory. It just, boom, memory. Or this one down here, boom, activities. This is what's helping sell these books. People, when they're scrolling very fast through the search, after they search for books on Amazon, they see more or less what are called thumbnails of your covers. And as long as that word pops out, they're going to go, haha, that's what I'm looking for. All right, what's next? What about kids' puzzle books? I've been showing you adults. All right, the kids' puzzle book market is insanely profitable, okay? These are just some books I threw up here for you to look at. $2,900 per month, $2,800 per month, $4,500 per month, $7,700 per month. Now, I do want to say these numbers fluctuate, okay? They're dynamic, so every day there's sales, there's no sales, something changes, there's more sales. So I just want you to understand it's not like getting a paycheck. This is important, and I want you to know this. It's not like every day, here's the amount of money I make, okay? Just like when you go to a job, all right? If you want to have steady income that doesn't change but doesn't really go very high, that is having a job, right? Do you want to have a job and work for a boss? Maybe you do. Maybe this is not for you, but if you want to start making some money like this, no promises. I cannot promise a thing, but obviously these people are doing that. And the books I showed you, people are doing this. The possibility is there and the opportunity is there. All right, so kids' puzzle books are a part of this just as much as the adult books. These are actually some puzzles. I wanted you to see how these look that come out of my software, okay? This is a word search puzzle. This is Sudoku. This is cryptograms. And this is trivia. Everything you see on the screen right now came out of my software and literally takes a couple of clicks to make. Wow. Okay. And I'm so glad I made that software, that I'm helping so many people, including, I hope you, once you get into our program. So what really sells these books, as I mentioned, the covers, okay? I see right here, crosswords, memory games, Sudoku. You can't miss these terms. That's what sticks out more than anything. And your book cover, as I said, and your book description. So inside the product pages, is an area where you describe your book. It's just a free-form text section, and you put important information in there, like more keywords. Like over here, this is a short one. This is my style to put a short one here on the left. Just lots of puzzles, full solutions, large size, build up your brain. That's it. People just need to see this stuff and go, oh, yeah, that's for me. Oh, a lot of puzzles. Okay. Oh, they're large size. Large print and large size is huge in this market. So when you see large print or full size or anything, that's a big plus. And here's an example of a Sudoku book where the title, all right, is important. They have in the title, there's nothing fancy you do with the titles either. You don't try to get cute. You just give them the facts, all right? 1,000 Sudoku puzzles for adults. That's all you need, okay? That's what people want. I'm searching for Sudoku puzzles. I see 1,000 Sudoku puzzles for adults. I'm sold. That's what I'm looking for. Down here in the middle there is that description I talked about. And of course, you can see the cover there as well. So cover, description, and smart pricing. What price? $7.99, $12.95, $9.99. There are ways to go about the pricing, and we teach that in our program, which of course we haven't introduced to you yet, but we'll get there. Because pricing is an important part of the strategy as well as the other things I've mentioned. And niches, I'm sure you know what a niche is. It's like a subsection, right, of a subject. So look at these ones, okay? This is an activity book, has puzzles in it, but it's about football, only football, all right? It's making over $6,000 per month, all right? Bible, stuff with the Bible is huge, okay? This one's making $1,000 a month about. Mindfulness. All right, mindfulness, stress relief, feeling calm. These are huge sellers when you get these keywords like that in there. This one's making over or close to $8,000 per month. And trivia, how about this? Just the Beatles trivia book. This is such a simple looking cover. Like I say, the keywords, the Beatles trivia book. That's all you got to see. It's making over $4,000 per month. So how do the royalties work? Okay, there's the list price. So let's say the book is selling for $10.95. And this is, I mentioned earlier about being transparent. So I want you to know how this works. I mean, it's great to hear this book is making thousands and thousands, but I want you to know that's all part of the business. We talk about the sales, that's gross sales. What does a person actually keep? Well, let's see. If it's $10.95, they keep 60% of that. Amazon takes 40%, but good for them. It's their marketplace, all right? Where would we be without them? It's fine that they take their percentage. They should, right? And there's a printing cost. You don't ship or print the books, but it is part of what comes out of your part of the profit. So in this particular book, you're left with $2.90 per copy sold. That sounds like a small number, but every book I've been showing you, all of these books and the ones I've shown you on the slides, all have around that much profit, all right? So that's very good, actually, $2.90, because if you're selling 1,000 of them, do the math, okay? It's a lot of money. So let me introduce our program, our coaching program. We call it Puzzle Book Profits. And as you can see from the slides I've been doing, we're into the profit part of this, all right? We love books, we love puzzles, but we also love making money. And that's why we are presenting this. All right, so I told you about Keith. That's the header for his YouTube channel. When I took this screenshot, it says 26.5 thousand subscribers, and I took that screenshot a couple of months ago, so I know it's grown since then. He has a lot of videos up there. You're going to learn a lot of stuff from Keith. This is my background. I'm a programmer. That's one of the hats I wear. So a lot of my traditionally published books are these computer books. I'm a well-known worldwide, whatever, book writer for computer books. So that is how I got started before I started doing things like puzzle books. So in our program, I want to tell you what you will be getting, what we're doing, okay? Weekly live coaching on Zoom sessions. So this is critical or key to the whole thing. You know, we can give you all the knowledge, and we have pre-recorded training, of course, a lot of that, but there's nothing like having interaction, okay? I'm big on interaction. I'm talking to you right now. This is how I like to work with people. You got questions, I have answers. I have things to present to you. These are the live Zoom sessions. To me, this is the critical and key, I keep saying critical, the key part of this program is to have access to Keith and to myself for real-time help with getting this puzzle book business going for you. So you will have access to all our video training. There are pre-recorded videos in the members area, a whole bunch of them that we've done already, and then recordings of the past live sessions. So this weekly coaching, I've been doing coaching online for years, and of course, I know not everybody can get to the sessions because there's people all around the world, all right? We work on East Coast USA time. I do other trainings where people are in Asia or in Europe or Australia, wherever they are. And of course, you know, if I'm doing something in the middle of the day, for them it's middle of the night. So not everybody gets on these sessions. So they are recorded and you can always go watch them at the time that is best for you. Access to our software and training products. So I'm going to show you that coming up. And I think you'll like that, okay? Facebook group, so where we can answer more questions and interact even more. Facebook is not for everybody, and we're well aware of that, but if you are on Facebook, you will be in our group. It's a private group. Only people who are in our membership can get to that group. And this part here, critiquing of your books. So your success is our success, right? We're showing you all you need to know about putting together puzzle books and publishing them, but we want your books to be successful. So that's also where we're going to help you. We will be looking at your covers, at your content inside the book, at your titles, every part of the books. We will be there with you, and we're going to give you the advice, and you may not like it sometimes, but we want to give you what you need to be successful. So that's a big part of this as well. Our goal is for you to have your live puzzle books for sale and earning royalties for yourself. That's the main goal, right? This is a money-making opportunity. Work at your own pace, put in the time that works for you, because we don't want you to work under pressure. We want you to work under a feel-good thing about this so you can get these done in a way that feels good to you. All right, let's see what else here. Your success is our success. I mentioned that just a minute ago, right? We're in this together and are here to help you make this happen for you. It's happened for us. It's happened for thousands of our existing customers, and now we're bringing it to you. Okay, time for some more numbers. Okay, ready? These are kid trivia books, and I came across this niche recently as just out of this world profitable. Okay. These, you know, and these numbers, by the way, I put these slides together not like yesterday. These numbers do fluctuate. I want you to know anything you've seen so far with numbers does go up and down. That is part of a dynamic business. But I want to show you, and I have it here, that book in the middle, what you're seeing there, this book right here, because this book has blown my mind, okay? Inside is just trivia facts. These are things you can go find out on the internet yourself. There's about 1,500 trivia facts in here that you can go research and find out for yourself. You can even hire somebody, you know, like on Upwork or somewhere, go find me some trivia if you want to like cut some corners. And this person put that book together. And as you can see here, $197 per month. Now, it might be a little different since I put that number there. So let's stop the presentation and go back to the calculators, okay? Let's do this, and we should be back at the calculators here. And I have the tab open for that book right here. All right, that's the book. You can see I buy all these books so I can really show them to you. All right, the price right now is, the list price, I know it's a little small here maybe for you to see, is $15.72. Amazon will take it upon themselves to discount books sometimes. So they're saying $11.50. But the calculations are done off the list price because Amazon is going to pay the person based on the list price. When you see the lower price here, they're not taking money away from you. They are going to pay you at the list price. So $15.72, okay? And the bestseller rank down here is number 245. This is the 245th best-selling book out of the several million on Amazon. So, and that's also a way of saying this is one of the best-selling books in the world right now. This one book filled with trivia that anybody can assemble. All right, let's get the calculators going here. So on the bestseller rank here, I'm putting in 245, which tells us on an estimate, again, I always got to, make sure you understand that some of these are about, their ranges, but this is saying 182 copies sold per day. 182 of these go out the door every day from Amazon. Let me get the calculator here. So I'm going to clear this, and 182 per day, and I'm going to times that by 365. So how many go out the door from Amazon in a year? About 66,000. All right, based on the numbers I see today, this does fluctuate, like I said, I want to be clear about that. But doing this calculations right now in front of you, a bit over 66,000 on an annual basis. And now I'm going to times that by the list price, which is 15.72. Looking at my notes there. All right. And what do we see? Over $1 million. Okay. This book brings in around $1 million per year. I'm not promising you will have a book like this. I cannot do that. Anybody who promises any kind of riches, you should run from, okay? It's not legal for us to do that. There's no guarantees at all. But I am showing you somebody did this. In fact, all these books I've been showing you, these people have done it, all right? The people who used my software, I mean, gosh, I know they've done it. They've used my software, right? A book like this, it does not happen overnight. They put a lot of work in here. They have a beautiful cover, and they will be running ads, so that is part of this as well. But $1 million a year, and I'll divide that by half like I've been doing with some of the other books, brings us to around $522,000 per year profit. And that might be before they run some ads. So even if they ran a whole lot of ads, like a lot of ads, which, you don't have to run that many ads, but let's just go crazy and divide this number in half again and assume they're spending a whole lot of money on ads. Okay, $261,000 might be their net profit. After I took all those expenses, estimates of them, boiled it down, let's just go with that number that this book right here, one single book, could very well be bringing into this person who published this, self-published this book, all right, $261,000 a year. Does your job pay that much? I think I know the answer to what you would say to that right now. If your job paid that much, you probably wouldn't be watching this looking for a new opportunity. But this is what is possible. Now, of course, I'm showing you what is exceptional. There's very, the odds are not great that you will get to this success. Well, but what if you got to half of this? What if you even got to 10% or 20% of this success? That's still income replacing money. Wow. Okay, let's get back to the presentation. So let me go back from the current slide. I'm working the technology here as I talk to you. All right. So I just said this, results shown are exceptional and not typical. All right. And no guarantee, said that as well. But even a piece of this pie is worth a pot of digital gold. This is the reality I live with. This is the reality many of my students live with. Passive income from the efforts of making a book once. All right. It does not get much better than that. So our coaching program, full video training, we have a whole bunch of video training in there that's pre-recorded that you watch, shows you everything. I mean, I made videos, a whole beginner section that is assuming, people coming in here know zero, like literally nothing, like I barely ever read a book kind of level. So I explain everything. I go through all of the parts of the books, how Amazon works, how the money works. I actually have a video called How the Money Works, so you can understand everything about the business. And of course, we have videos about the book covers and the book descriptions and the ads and what's called the A+ section. I didn't even talk about that in here. So you'll learn all of this stuff from the pre-recorded videos. And then we have the live coaching, which I think is great. So once a week, we will meet on Zoom and have a nice discussion where we'll present. Sometimes it will be me, sometimes it will be Keith, sometimes both of us. And we like some interaction, so we can answer your questions, and we will present things that we think you should know about. And we record those so you can watch them later. Okay, I've been waiting for this slide too. All right. This is some of my software I wrote, just some of it. Okay, so this also, besides being a publisher, I am a software developer. And you can see I've put together software here about puzzle books, trivia books, activity books. I should mention, by the way, activity and relaxing and variety books. These are just puzzle books where they've mixed different kinds of puzzles together. That's all that is, and they're actually super popular. All right, I've done one about jokes. So even though these are puzzles, the joke and trivia market is very, very close to this, and there's something about that I have for you. Crossword puzzles, I mentioned, maybe you'll do down the road. Math puzzles, really simple. Get those books out there like Sudoku puzzles, logic puzzles, and I have kids' puzzle books. And I got to tell you, anything else that I come out with that's puzzle related, you're going to get also as part of this program. So what else here? Exclusive Facebook group. We will be there all the time. I'm on Facebook all day long. I got to get a better life going, but I am online quite a bit. Keith pops in and out as he can. Critiques. So super important. This is really, really important. And both Keith and I have been helping many, many people over the years with getting their books to the optimal state. I find for sure that covers need extra work. So I'm just laying this out so you understand. You may come up with a cover and I may say, no, change this, this, and this. That's part of what we are giving to you from our expertise of doing this for between the two of us, I don't know, decades, 20 years of experience. I've been publishing books since I've been in my 20s. So yeah, decades and decades of experience. We've helped thousands of people get started, key concepts that we will teach you part-time, full-time. Do this at your pace, okay? One thing that's important with us, which might be different from other people, is we want you to feel good about this. We don't want you to feel under pressure, like you have to prove anything to us. We are presenting this to you so you can prove it to yourself. So do it at a pace that works for you so you can feel good about what you're doing. There's no limit how many books you can make and how much you can earn. There really is no limit. I mean, I can tell you that for sure. Just the more you do and the more you do it correctly, very likely the more you will make. So as I said, ongoing weekly Zoom, access to all the video training and all of the Zoom recordings that we do if you can't make the live ones. And even if you are on the live ones, of course, you can go back and watch them again. Access to our software and training products. I didn't mention, I don't think I have a slide in here about Keith's and he has this huge product called Puzzle Book Domination. It's like 100 videos of training. So that's all for you as well. That's in there. The Facebook group and the critiques, as I mentioned. So Keith and I, we're talking and talking. What should we charge for our coaching? Because we have expertise that's going to help you get to, as I say here, move to the front of the line for getting your books published and earning royalties. There is, I think, no stone we have not overturned in this business. We've been doing it for so long. So we sat around and debated, well, we're giving a lot of value to people. And we saw other coaches, so we check out our competition, of course. And by the way, we don't have really any per se competition of people teaching exclusively puzzle books. But there are other Kindle, KDP, Amazon training programs out there for general publishing and for low content publishing and like that. So we were looking at what other people do. And we've seen a variety of numbers, and we even saw one person charging $10,000. Wow, is that insane in my mind? That is just kind of like taking your money, what's left, by the time you even would make your money back. I don't think so. That's not what we're trying to do here. As I said here, we're trying to help people, not milk them dry. So after looking what everybody else is coming out with all that range and the value we bring, you're getting two of us, by the way, not just even one of us. We settled on $29.97, but then we talked some more. We thought that one through a bit. It's still a lot of money, we know, for people, a big chunk. So what do? Let's see. We chopped it down some more, half of that. So we finally nailed this down to $1,497 because the value you get from us, I don't even know how to measure it. Just decades of experience and dozens, if not hundreds of puzzle books that we published or helped our students publish already. But recall at the beginning, I showed you one of my students is bringing in thousands every month with one book. Okay, so I'm holding those books I've shown you already, okay? These are from people. These are not my books. These are my students, okay? Or my customers. You know, I got to differentiate. I have customers who buy my software products, and I have students. So these people, they're not my students. They're just people who took my software and ran with it, okay? And as you saw, they're making a whole lot of money with these, okay? Results are not guaranteed, but this is the type of success we want to focus on. We're not looking at, gee, I'll get a couple of books out there, maybe I'll bring in $100 a month. I mean, that's fine, okay? And if that's where you're at, and you just need a little side income, that's great too. But we're thinking of this more like a business, okay? Grow this into a full-time thing at your pace, though. Start part-time, do what you got to do to, you know, you got other responsibilities in life. We all do. So, but we are focusing on the bigger success because we think that's the real plus here. Anyway, the big but, all right, well, can people afford this? We don't know still. So what do? For a limited time only, and this is a limited time, we're opening this up at just $997. This is not going to last very long. In fact, I don't know if it's going to last more than a few days, to be honest. We are introducing this as a new coaching program. You know, so if you're watching this video right now, this is brand new, all right? Our experience working with customers is not brand new at all. Both Keith has thousands of customers and both I have thousands of customers. I'm teaching students in other parts of publishing, been doing that for years. So the whole idea of this is not new to us, but having a program specifically to puzzle books, this is something we're just starting out. Therefore, we came down to $997 for a very short time. If you're watching this video, then that's what it is. Again, let me just point out what you're getting. Online Zoom, I keep pointing that one out because I know from working with other people in other coaching I do that it is so valuable to have access and live interaction. I don't think anything gets much better than that. You can watch all the pre-recorded videos all you want, but when you got very pertinent questions and I find or Keith finds something brand new in the business, that's the opportunity to have that interaction and for us to show you all that stuff. The software, I showed you all of that. Plus, I have more products coming out that you will get for free as being part of this. And access to 2 top publishing professionals who live and breathe puzzle books. Yes, we do. All right. Access to all that software and Keith's Puzzle Book Domination, which unfortunately I forgot to put in here. Sorry. And the future things that will come out, you will have access to. This is all included in your membership for no extra charge. So, testimonials, all right? There's plenty for Keith and myself. This is a slide about Keith. And, you know, I could read every one of these, but you can just see what's here. Awesome tutorial. Thanks, Keith. I want to thank you. Immensely helpful. Thanks, Keith, for such a valuable video. Keith is really big on videos. He's got hundreds of videos on YouTube, so you can watch him all day long, you know. Okay. So a lot of stuff about him, and my slide is just as busy, okay? People thanking me for my software, like Puzzle Book Mastery, and that I helped them make their first real money. This person said, and I got real money, right? Instead of like fake money. I like that. Real money. I own every one of your products. Just finished the training for Activity Book Mastery, and it was amazing. So I'm showing you these because this is the real deal, okay? These are actual responses, replies, testimonies we got from our existing groups, and I am so glad I can show them to you. All right, but we want to make sure this is the right opportunity for you. We want to work with students who are action takers and are looking to make a change. I can tell you from experience, from other coaching programs I run over the years, that I do get some people who get excited at the start, give me your money. Yes, they give me their money, and then they don't do anything. Now, if you want to do that, that's fine, but I'm not going to encourage you to join our program if you don't think this is going to work for you. And by that, I mean, if you are unable to feel like you can put in some time into this and just you're going to let it slide, like some people do this, they spend money and then they don't do anything with it. I'm encouraging you not to join our program. We want people who are going to do something because it serves both of us. It serves you, obviously, and it serves us as well to have students who are showing success so we can keep having more students join because it shows we are helping people. And let's see what else. Self-publishing is a fantastic way to make money. I started out being traditionally published back many slides. I showed you computer books that were published that I wrote. Those were all published through big publishing companies. And I mean some of the biggest publishing companies in the world. And those sales of my computer books are over $2 million of sales. So let me just explain this, okay? The computer books I wrote have already sold over $2 million. But how much of that did I keep when working through a publishing company? Okay. I have made well into six figures from those books, but compared to what I could have done with self-publishing where I'm in charge of everything, I would never go back to traditional publishing again. So therefore, self-publishing, that's the way to go. If you've ever gotten a discussion about should I be traditional published or self-published, I've walked both avenues, both lanes down the road there, and I'm telling you, self-publishing is the way to go. And publishing puzzle books in particular, or trivia or jokes, or any of these things is so much easier than trying to write a fiction book. I tried writing fiction. I gave up. Couldn't hack it, right? A lot of work, and you don't even know if it's going to turn out okay. So you don't need any previous skills. If you've never done a puzzle in your life, that's okay. You don't have to actually do the puzzles. You just need to understand how they go in the books. And if you're not a big reader, if you're not into reading, this doesn't matter. These are not books you read, all right? And they're not ones you write either. So it's pretty easy. We publish all our books on Amazon, and Amazon does not charge for this. You do split the royalty with them when the sales happen, but just to get your book up there. And of course, we have videos that show every single step of how you do this, okay? There's nothing left to in a fuzzy way for you to not be clear on how you go about this. So it's easy to get these books up there. It's not hard at all. And people are doing this every single day. So $997, limited time. Are you ready to join? Okay, did I show you enough here? I think I showed you so much about this business and how much opportunity there is. And again, I am so transparent with people. I'm going to tell you right now that I cannot guarantee you a thing, okay? No hype. I am a no hype person. People who know me know this about me. I just tell it like it is, all right? I'm presenting the opportunity to you, and I'm going to walk with you, and Keith's going to walk with you down the road as you get into this. But we can't guarantee a thing. That's just the nature of how it is. Anybody who guarantees you money is actually breaking the law, okay? So we want you to know that, all right? We're just showing you what is possible, and I've shown you a lot of what is possible. So we have payment options, all right? So you can do a one-time payment of $997 right now, or if you need to do a two-payment option where you have to make a payment today and there will be another one that's automatically withdrawn, so be aware of that, in 30 days. And each of those is $600. So that would be $1,200 total for you if you do the payment plan. You will save money by doing the one-time payment of $997. All the buttons and information are below the video, of course. Go check out everything that we put under there. Click the right button to join, the one that makes sense for you. All right. Just driving the point home, ongoing on live Zoom meetings, ongoing. So let me just point that out too. This isn't like, okay, we're going to give you, like a few weeks and stop. This is just, you're joining, you are joined, okay? This is just ongoing. We'll have people who will just stay with us for essentially forever because they just get value out of the live sessions. Other people, and again, I say this from doing other coaching programs over the years, people come and go. Some sit through a few live sessions, then they're busy with their lives, so they watch the replays, whatever they do. But I just want you to know there's no limit here. There's no time limit. It's not like you get a month or 2 months. This is just ongoing. And access to our software, training, Facebook group. We critique your books, very important. So choose the payment option below this video that works best for you. Here's some more puzzles. All right, that's a cryptogram puzzle. That's how I got started. Out of all the books I published word search and cryptogram books at the start many years ago. And they all sold, all right? But the cryptogram books in particular, just took off and sold hundreds, brought me in hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And I'm talking about the profit part now, not the sales. I'm talking about into my pocket, hundreds of dollars from things that my software made very simply, all right? And that's cryptograms, that's a word search puzzle, and that's a Sudoku puzzle. My software makes all of these. And publish as many books as you want. Some people like to publish them like crazy, all right? They think, the more you throw out there, the better the chances, and that is one approach. I like to publish a shorter amount and really focus on, optimizing those. I will change the cover from time to time. I'll put new puzzles in them. You can keep updating your books even after they are live for sale. Pen names, didn't even mention pen names at all. So you don't have to use your real name. Boy, I should have mentioned this earlier, okay, because some people don't want to be known that they're doing this. No, you can publish under a pen name. You can have any number of pen names, by the way. So you can have books up there for sale, and nobody will even know it's you. Your name will never appear anywhere. That's a big plus. I know for people who have a job and they don't want their boss to know. So got that one, check that box. You don't have to be even known, all right? You can unpublish a book. We do this from time to time. We see a book is not selling, or more likely, we now have a newer book in that same niche, so we unpublish this one, publish that one. As I mentioned, you can change things, so make corrections or change the cover at any time, and you're in charge of the price. We talk about pricing strategies. So, ready to make that positive change in your life? You can get started right now, today, and have a book published and for sale within a week. This is not a hype thing, all right? This really depends on your time commitment, of course, but given that the software can make a book literally quite fast, minutes, you've got to work on the cover. Of course, you'll learn all that in our training. And you just have to upload it to Amazon. What about having an Amazon account? Well, it's usually you already have one. Do you have an account in Amazon where you buy stuff? All right. It's just another facet of Amazon. You do have to set up a payment thing with them where you get your royalties sent from. Like my royalties go direct deposit into my bank account. Can't beat that. All right. I love that. Every time I see in my bank account, I log in and go, oh, I got paid royalties. Really cool stuff. All right. So this can be done really fast, but I like this line I put here. We might slow you down, all right? So even though we're telling you, you can publish really, really fast, I want to make sure that your cover is looking good before you go any further. So let us review your book with you, okay? Payment options are below, as I mentioned. So come join Keith and myself and our current and past students as you dive into this great, stable, solid online business. Your choice of payment plan. Do the one-time payment. You'll save $203 over the two-payment option. But if the two-payment option is the one that works for you, then go with that. Okay, everything is below. There's the question and answers about things you need to know. There's a way to contact us if you have more questions generally before you commit to this. So please, I put down underneath the video everything that you need. I'm really excited that you stayed till the end here. And I am done. So I'll just leave this slide up a bit. And thank you very much for watching all this. I am very excited for you. Just to tie this up at the end, Keith and I have been doing this for years, and we would not do this for years if it wasn't something that worked for us. So are you ready? All the information is here. Thank you very much.